It is after hours on Friday, June 16, 2017. Account value is pretty much exactly 98k. I am still long LabU, the leveraged ETF on XBI on the little biotech ETF. And here on the left I have the large biotech ETF IBB, because I want to show the relative strength in XBI versus IBB. They are both range bound, but within that range XBI is behaving a lot better, and the longer it stays here at the upper range, and everything above 70 is good, everything above 71 is better, and if we were to go above 72, which we could possibly not do today because there was a pretty big open interest at the 72 strike of calls that expired today. So I wanted to see how XBI reacts on Monday when that open interest is no longer in the way. And that is one of the reasons why I wanted to stay long LabU over the weekend. And if we compare how XBI is behaving relative to the Qs, obviously it didn't have the run that the Qs have had, but it's also not correcting the way the Qs have corrected. So I'm liking it, but there is some warning signs here that we cannot break out of this corrective kind of phase, and that we are not approaching this level here is kind of worrisome. And the only reason why I am not bearish yet is just because the S&P futures are telling a different story. We are not seeing this corrective kind of price action that the Nasdaq is showing. We are seeing chop, but to be fair, we also did not have the same level of attack or the angle of attack to the upside prior. So for the time being, I think the market is fine. The global macro picture is fine. The Fed rate hike and the more hawkish stance I don't think is that big of a deal, and interest rates are telling us that they don't really care that the Fed wants to hike another time this year, because the economy is fine. Earnings are accelerating. Q2 will be better than Q1, and Q3 will be better than Q2. As long as that fundamental theme is in play, the market will most likely not sell off hard. But if we break below this level here, let's call it 56.40, there will be more downside, and we will probably go to 55.50. Maybe we turn around here at 55.75, but the WIG is lower, and algos will hunt for those kind of numbers. And if this were not to hold, okay, we are going down to 54.50. That is a possibility, but so far the overall market, and I'm talking about the S&P, is hanging in there. Let's look at the Dow here real quick. The Dow is actually acting better than the S&P, so that is not telling us that there's anything bad on the horizon, which makes me believe it is only sector rotation, nothing to freak out over. The VIX is also telling us it is not that bad, and it closed pretty much on the lows, which is also a good sign. As far as individual names are concerned, my favorite is still Tesla. After this run here from 303 to, let's say, 385-ish, it pulls back to 370 to get pinned at pretty much exactly that level. I don't think it's a big deal whatsoever, especially if we put it in context. What has Tesla done on the upside? It totally outperformed the Qs on the upside. Then the Qs get hit on the chin, and it outperforms the Qs again on the upside. Right? We get hit hard here, and Tesla barely comes down. This is what I call relative strength, and I believe it is the most important tell in the market. Let's talk about gold real quick. I have GDX here on the left and GDXJ on the right. The juniors are performing a lot better now than their big brothers. GDX is in no man's land between 22.5 and 21.5, maybe 21. It's in no man's land. It's a no touch. I do not know. Does it want to go lower first or reverse right here? I favor the scenario that it dips here, because then most likely we will get a dip in JNUG, and that is when I would like to pick it up. But it could go either way right now, and if we look at gold, it's also in no man's land. Does it want to turn around here at the 1255-ish area, or drop below 1250 and challenge 1220? Who knows? I think it's a no touch for now. And as far as LabVIEW and XBI are concerned for Monday, the option expiration is now behind us. So as long as the Nasdaq doesn't fall out of bed on Monday, we should see strength in XBI. And if we were to get a close above 72, above 73, then it's on, I think. Then there could be a multi-day run, and hopefully then we will be able to capture that. Also, I see a lot of opportunity in cryptocurrencies and tokens out there, and over the weekend I will be thinking how I can make cryptocurrencies part of herd alerts, because the opportunities are just too significant to ignore. And I know at first glance this entire Bitcoin and cryptocurrency thing looks like a stupid bubble where there is value created out of thin air, but I am telling you, once I understood what the blockchain actually does and what problems you can solve with it, it is almost you can create an alternative economy, like a global alternative economy, like what the internet has done to commerce. You can do that kind of on steroids on the blockchain, and it's far more than just a currency. It is a vehicle where you can verify pretty much anything there is. So it's remarkable. So expect some sort of video over the weekend where I tackle it, how I want to include it into herd alerts. And on Monday I will be back with a regular recap about the stock market. Hopefully XBI breaks out and we can make some coin in LabVIEW.